she'd like to share some remarks.
Thank you very much for coming. It's really nice to see some friends and mine and Carsten's and family and all that kind of stuff. And I also want to thank a lot of you for being here this month for me, because it's been kind of a shock. Someone who's 52 years old drops dead, basically. And he was very much a foundation in my life. And I know people kind of saw us as kind of a interesting couple. I mean, I'm sort of the extroverted one, and Carsten was always very just solid, and steadfast, and always consistent. And it's been so weird to spend a month without him, you know. It just feels strange to be around the house and have 15 animals that he's not petting or talking to. His horse, I rode in leading his horse. And, it just doesn't seem right to go through his things, but I did. I mean, he's not here, so someone's got to do it. But he has saved every single card that I've ever given him, and other cards. We even found his birth announcement that I guess we must have saved up. So, and one of the cards, a couple of years ago, I taught at the University of Florida, and I was gone for about 6 weeks, and we send each other cards every day, as well as talk on the phone and all this stuff. And this was just something, I don't know, I was trying to get remarks all week to say, you're talking in front of people all the time, you'll be able to do something really cool. It's like, what do you say cool when somebody you love dies suddenly and it's a partnership? I don't have anything cool to say. So this was just a card that was one of them that he saved for me. All I want is to love you for the rest of my life, to wake up every morning with you by my side, knowing that no matter what happens, I'll be able to come home to your loving arms. All I want is to share everything with you, to talk to you about our ideas, our dreams, the little everyday things that make us laugh, and the not-so-little things that we can't help worrying about. All I want is to give you my love, as a place you can always come to for acceptance, or the simplest comfort that silence brings, when things left unspoken can still be understood. For some people that know Carsten, that's probably a big sentence there. All I want is to grow old with you, to watch our life unfold, our dreams one by one come true. All I want is to love you forever. Now I don't get to grow old with him anymore. But I do feel blessed for the 19 years that we shared together. We got married on 1991. And it was really very much of a little bit of a storybook relationship. We met in Munich, for some of you that don't know. And we're both teaching for the University of Maryland. And I see you guys brought his Corvettes over. He's a very eclectic person. He had Peanuts and Calvin and Hobbes and fast cars and racing. And he worked at BMW for the motorsports division. About once a month, every once in a while, he'd bring home one of the race cars, and I just want to run for cover. We were in Munich, and he'd go, let's go test this out on the Autobahn. And so I just cover my eyes and pray, because we'd be out there at like 190 kilometers or whatever it was. And I wasn't worried about his driving, I was worried about other people's driving. And he proposed to me in Venice. I said it was on University Bridge. He said it was on the Bridge of Sighs. So some of you that have been to Venice, that's where they knocked people off out of Venice. It was a joke. He had a very dry sense of humor. And he did propose to me, by the way, on University Bridge. You're not here to refute it. So. And we got married in Switzerland, in Interlaken, in a lovely little town with my family there. It was a beautiful day, 1991, perfectly blue skies with the Alps behind us. And it was kind of a little storybook wedding with everybody dressed kind of Swiss-like. And we lived in Europe for about 8 years, and as we were putting the program together, I guess a lot of you don't know how Carsten's, he's very bicultural. I mean, people probably couldn't even tell his accent in German or English because he didn't have one. He grew up with both cultures, and it was something I really liked about him. He slipped easily back and forth between Bavarian, I should say, and the American culture. And probably for him it caused him a little stress sometimes. I remember when we first came here, he said, "Well, I don't know about getting a job in the U.S. I don't know if I'm as good an engineer as the American engineers." He went to the technical university in Germany. I remember they were supposed to give a test to an American to see if they could pass. This guy started talking to him, and within 1 minute he just forget it. His German was absolutely fluent. So I was trying to learn German when, actually my German got pretty good, but they used to say you're supposed to, you can sleep with it and you learn it, but unfortunately he knew English too. So when my German was really bad, he would just start speaking in English, and it used to actually piss me off. So my German was okay for a while, wasn't it, Opie? I understand a lot of it. So, and then we lived in Belgium. I got a job in Belgium, working for a pan-European company, and so we had another little storybook life, traveling all over Europe, and I had a job that took me everywhere. And some of you actually, Michael and Diane, some other people, we would meet up overseas, and it was fun. So, I miss some of the European days. And I missed some of the life that Carsten and I shared there too. So I just want you to know some of that, because most everybody here is American or has American foundation, but Carsten has a very strong Bavarian root. And I remember so proud of myself. My German was really good, and we went to one of his friends' weddings, and I thought, oh, I'm going to be able to talk with everybody and do all this stuff. First of all, the wedding was one of those 2-hour, what is it, Latin? On and on and on. I thought, well, I don't understand Latin, but whatever. And then it was a Bavarian wedding. I had no idea what they were saying. I mean, it was such a strong dialect, and I thought, oh man. So they were nice. His friends were nice enough to talk to me in high German, but all the jokes didn't make any sense to me because they're all Bavarian jokes. And so it's just, he had wonderful friends, and I was going through, because I know that they'd like to be here today, and there's probably about quite a handful of them that have sent messages and of respect and regard to both Elfie and me. So I wanted to add the German part, because, and I know a couple of people that students of mine and others that are here, so that was important. And just had a lot of fun with him, and I mean, he was a good person. There wasn't a mean bone in his body. He was good to people. He's quiet. He's hard to get to know sometimes because of that. He's reserved, but my mother once said to me, "You're going to have to marry somebody that lets you sleep with your stuffed animals." And I have a lot of stuffed animals still. I have a lot of them in bed right now, except now I have 5 cats sleeping on me that are missing him. But I remember one time one of them fell off the bed, and I went, "Oh, they're just a stuffed animal." And Carsten just picked it up gently with his beautiful hands and just put it back on the bed like it. And I was like, he's such a kind soul. He's so sensitive. He's so sweet and so helpful. And and he was so smart. He never bragged about it or anything at all. But he was a member of Mensa. The German Mensa magazines would come every month. I have no idea what they said. And he just thrived on intellectual challenges and so forth, but he didn't flaunt it or talk down to anybody. So, and he liked old movies. I have a queue in Netflix right now, movies I don't even know what they say that are coming in that he had lined up. It's just weird to have Carsten still here doing things to me. So, I don't know. Anyway, I just hope that gives you a flavor, because some people through the weeks have said, I knew Carsten more through you than really talking to Carsten. Or some people would say, when you left, Carsten talked. Okay, so then I don't know what kind of conversation they had when I wasn't there, but apparently when I was there, I must have done all the talking. So. And I really want to thank Eve and Jim. Eve actually shared a journey. Her father boarded his horse with me for 10 years, and he passed away last year of pancreatic cancer. So First person I thought of to sing was Eve, because she's just, as you can see, she has a lovely voice. And I met Jim the other day, and I thought, what a nice album. If I could just thank everybody that has helped and all my friends, I just thank you very much. So I hope that gives you a flavor of me and us. And I'm just still in shock. I just don't believe he's gone. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for coming.
Thank you. We'd now like to hear another special